Get in there, you legends. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you this evening. Monday night, baby. What's happening? Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us and getting in here for tonight's show. We have got the latest day's transfer news and goings on to discuss in this next hour or so. So strap yourselves in, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. We've got the latest news, all the latest goings on, happenings at United, potential transfers that we could be making before the end of the window, etc. We'll cover it all in this video. Transfer deadline day is looming, my friends. And Manchester United still haven't managed to get the deals done that we need to get done and are still looking pretty ropey. Hopefully it's going to be a busy few days and we'll cover it all on this channel. So make sure you get yourself involved by subscribing and smashing the like button on it. Do us a favour, drop a thumbs up at the start of this show. That's right. Give us a massive like spike at the start of this one. Drop a little likey on it. You know it makes sense. And also give us a share around if you want on social media wherever you can. The link is pinned to the top of the live chat there. You can go indeed and give us a raw retweet over there. We'll shout you out a bit later on in the show if you do. Big up everyone in the chat, all the moderators like Mr. Mustard and Mikhail Kramer. I hope you guys are doing well. Andrew Goncars, Must Play, Kingslayer, Ember, Nuts, let's go. How are you doing, my friend? Absolute legend. Dynamic Melon, Madhouse, Alex Core, Disco Dave. A lot of legends getting in here tonight, big time. A lot of legends getting in here. Welcome in, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for the show. I do appreciate you all being here. As I say, drop a thumbs up, smash the likes, share it around, get yourself involved with your thoughts and opinions. Mikhail, thank you for the £5 super chat at the start of this show, you absolute handsome bastard. Let's go. Let's get a cheeky little Sue in the chat for him there. Thank you very much, Mikhail Kramer, bro. He says, little for the tip jar, mate. That's awesome, lad. Get in there, you beautiful man. Thank you very much for the tippage there, mate, for slipping the tip. You what? No, I appreciate that, mate. Get some love in there for Mikhail. Appreciate you there. Big up. Absolute legend of the chat. Hope you're keeping well. Big up Ulster as well. Hassan, William Reedy as well. Hey, get in there. Thank you very much, William Reedy. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great time. Guinness is lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Everyone, Aaron as well, get in, and Jonathan Gallagher, a couple of the moderators. Thank you for joining us, you dons. Sean Nettleton's got his highlighted member comment in it at the start of the show. And he says, what a legend you are, bro. Constant updates. Thank you so much, Mr. Nettleton, bro. You know, it's how we roll around here, lad. We don't get on here just for the sake of it, though. I mean, we've only done one video today. That's this one. Because we're talking about the latest news and the latest goings on. To be fair, that's not the reason why I didn't do an afternoon stream. There was meant to be one in the afternoon. There is supposed to be at least 2 transfer news vids a day. But my brother landed from the USA earlier on and just been hanging out and catching up with him a little bit. So, yeah, he'll probably be on the channel very soon talking about his newfound love for Postecoglou. You what? But anyway, we'll surprise you at some point this week with that. Sean Nettleton, thanks for being a member for 27 months. I appreciate it. Get a hashtag 27 in for this guy. We've got some, I guess you could call them updates. Maybe you wouldn't call them updates. Maybe you just call them, you know, Manchester United links and rumours and guff right now. To be fair, you know, in terms of the update situation, it's slim pickings out there for Manchester United, isn't it? But actually, no, there is some news to discuss. Let's get stuck into it then. So, I guess one of the newest sort of links that Man United have right now. Obviously, we'll get onto the Amrabat stuff in a little bit, but the idea of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg coming to United is being bandied around all over social media and in certain media outlets. I'll pop it up on the screen. There's a little bit of a link with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I'm just going to ask the chat straight off on this one, guys. Yes or no for Emile? Let us know. Or Pierre-Emile. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang Højbjerg, or whatever his name is, you know. Obviously, it's not that. It's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Yes or no on this guy. Let us know your opinions. Kingslayer's going no in there, raw. He says no to Pierre. Yes, says United. Yes, says Chris Barker. You'd rather have McTominay than the Dane. Wow. No, says Stoic Savage. No, says Gattuso. Not Pierre-Emile Aubameyang, no. No, yes, no, 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 yes, 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 no, no. I mean, to be fair, you know, I agree with what Saif Al-Sari's saying here. I've got to be honest with you guys. Look, if we can't get Amrabat for whatever reason, surely we've got to be going and get Sofyan Amrabat. Like, what is that all about? How have we not been able to do that? We'll get onto that in a little bit now. We've got a few days left in that one. But I do think that Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is a pretty decent player. He's a good option, and maybe he's the sort of midfielder that we need stylistically. Somebody who can sit in front of the back line, somebody who can come in and do a job instead of Casemiro, somebody who can sit alongside Casemiro. I don't really think we've got the right midfielder to do that at the moment. Højbjerg might not be a worldie or anything, but in terms of stylistically what sort of player that he actually is, at least he's a defensive midfielder. At least he's somebody that can sort of come in and do that job that we're asking of him. I'm not saying he's going to do it to a fantastic standard. You've got to ask yourselves, if the Spuds don't want him, there's got to be something wrong with the guy. You know, that's what you've got to really ask yourself. But in terms of his style, look, at least he fits to sort of what we're trying to do with getting a player that's going to sit alongside Cassie, for instance, or even come in instead of Cassie. Obviously, Casemiro's way better, but the point is he's not going to be available all the time. Basically, we just need to go get Sofyan Amrabat. But if we're just on this Højbjerg tip at this minute, let's just talk about this Højbjerg tip. Well, you know, if that's who's realistically being talked about, at least he is somebody that maybe fits into that sort of setup. At least he's not another number 8, another Mount or something like that that's coming in. So, I mean, I wouldn't be against it if the deal is right, but I don't see why he should be now earmarked as the midfielder that we sign instead of Sofyan Amrabat. That just makes zero sense to me. Obviously, we've had this link with Sofyan Amrabat for a heck of a long time. Surely, that's what we should be going for. Matthew Smith has gifted out a membership on the channel. Get in there, Mr. Smith, lad. Come on. Get some big love in there for Mr. Matthew Smith, who's just made somebody a member of the channel, and he's repping the green and gold Glazers out there like a true Don. Yes, mate. Let's get some hashtag Glazers out. I love that avatar, lad. Glazers out with the old green and gold scarf down there, my son. Come on. Love United, hate Glazers. Get these shithouses out of our football club. This whole transfer window is a Glazer transfer window. It's a disgrace of a transfer window and a nonsense. Do your job. That's your job. Just do your job. Sign players. Get the players in that we need. And give Ten Hag what he needs. Don't go half-assed about it. Yeah, we spent a little bit of cash. Don't go half-assed about it. Let's go whole hog. This is the Flying Pig channel. Let's go whole hog, my friend. Let's cook a hog roast in the transfer window and get loads of meaty players in. But unfortunately, no. They've got to funny around like they usually do. Good shout there, Matthew Smith. Thank you for becoming a gifter of a member there and giving it to Kingslayer. Kingslayer's got the membership there. Welcome aboard, Kingslayer, and big up yourself, Matthew Smith. I do appreciate that. You what, Kevin Kilban? No, Glazers out for forever and always, because they are absolute scum. Berber, you absolute hero, says Frankenstein FC shoving any old shit together. Great shout, mate. Great shout. You know, we've got Slabo Maguire, who basically looks like Frankenstein. You know, and like you say, just chucking in some random players though. Mason Mount getting from Chelsea, lop a little bit off Chelsea, bring in Mason Mount. Mason Mount's like the ear of Chelsea or something. You know, we're talking about getting the fucking spleen from Tottenham that nobody wants to know. Nobody needs nobody cares about the spleen. We've gone and got the spleen potentially if we go and get Højbjerg. Up top there, we've got Rasmus Højlund instead of Harry Kane. We've gone and got a cycloptic eyeball up top there. He might well be good, but crikey, let's see if he can even see out of it at this stage. I like what you're saying there. It's Frankenstein FC in a lot of ways, mate. And will it work? Will we be able to, you know, get the 10,000 volts of electricity up the jacksie and make this monster live? It's alive! It's alive! Yeah, it's alive, but unfortunately it can't score any pigging goals. You know what I mean? So, look, yeah, it's a bit of Frankenstein FC right now. We obviously do have to do something about that. McCrae Kramer says Mary Shelley would be proud. I think Mary Shelley would be rolling in her pigging grave, mate. You know what I'm saying? Crikey, because it's an absolute awful, you know, it's just not there at the moment. It needs a bit of work. Ten Hag needs fully backing. Look, we talked about this. Ten Hag spent a bit of money since he's been here, but he still hasn't gone whole hog in the transfer window. We haven't gone and got the players that we absolutely need in certain key positions. The Vutinator, thank you for the likes tally. Look at that, guys. Boom. 89 likes on the stream. Smash the thumbs ups. Help us get to 100 big ones. Cheers for that, my son. Nice one. And give us a retweet, guys. It will pop up on the screen if you give us a repost with the link at the top of the chat, and we'll shout you out later on in the show. Frankenstein's an epic read, in fairness. I don't think I've ever actually done the duty of reading that book, you know. But I've seen a bunch of the movies. Nick S, thanks for becoming a gifter of memberships as well. Dude, thank you very much, Mick S. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Nick. Guys, can we get some love in the live chat there for Nick S., who has gifted out a membership on the channel, mate? He's made Johnny M a new member. The M stands for member. Welcome aboard the Bacon Brigade. Now, that's awesome, man. Thank you very much to Nick S. I appreciate that, dude. Get in there, you handsome Don. Let's get your favourite emoji in there for Nick S as well. That's very kind of you. Thanks for supporting the channel. That's much love indeed, Mr. Nick S. Get in there. Sanga. Hopefully we've got sound coming through okay. Anyway, right, so Man United have been offered Højbjerg by all accounts. Perhaps that's the case, or at least we're considering a surprise move for Højbjerg, maybe. It would be a bloody surprise as well, because we've been linked to Sofyan Amrabat all summer long, and it seems that he would be the target for us to go and acquire, who's a reasonable amount of money, who would be coming in here to do the job that Ten Hag's wanting, i.e. somebody that can play alongside Cassie, maybe even replace Cassie, and he's cheap, and he's obviously a very good player, so why wouldn't we go and get him? It kind of makes no sense at all. Hey, One Ton Doodle, aka the Thumbnail Maestro, get in there, my son. Check out his channel, link in the description, by the way. One Ton Doodle, thanks for helping this channel out, you absolute legend. I appreciate you. Says CDM rejects looking for pay rise. Right, well, okay, so, you know, Man United need a CDM, don't we? We need somebody who we can bring in to do that job that Cassie does and alongside him. Look, let's go on to Sofyan Amrabat at this moment with the latest updates. But good to see you, Don. Let's talk about Amrabat. So at the moment there is, you know, Amrabat talks that are supposedly ongoing, but they've been ongoing for the last however many months, it seems. Crikey. It is the most outrageously long, drawn-out transfer guff since Frankie de Jong last summer. You know, it seems like that sort of a link. It's going on and on and on this. And I don't understand the hold-up in it, because he is a player that wants to go. He's not even training with Fiorentina at the moment. There's not that many teams clambering over themselves to get him, because if there was, they'd have already tabled lots of offers and he'd have already gone by now. So what is actually the hold-up in Manchester United's acquisition, this guy? Just us being a bunch of tight bastards, basically, is what it is. And not being able to sell any players. Although we've just sold some now. Henderson's gone. We've got rid of a couple of players this window. Got rid of like 9 or 10. Haven't got a lot of money for a lot of these players. But surely we've got enough to go and get Sofyan pigging Amrabat, guys. But look, Jay Burt from the Telegraph reporting that talks have taken place at United to sign Fiorentina's Sofyan Amrabat, who's appeared their top target. But an offer has not been made as of yet, which suggests money needs to be brought into Old Trafford first. Fuck off! Money needs to be brought into Old Trafford first. Holy shit, the Bedved Pavel Nedved. What sort of money? Did they try out they're holding out to win the bloody Euro millions or something? This is a shambles. We've got 20 million for Henderson, for Pete's sake. 15 up front, 5 down the line. You know, we've sold Fred. We've sold a couple of gastastic players like Alanga and co. Like, why the hell do we need to raise more money? We don't need to raise more money. Just go and buy Sofyan Amrabat for 25 mil. It's an easy situation to wrap up. I don't know what United are doing here. I think they've just gone, well, we've waited all summer long. What the hell difference does it make if we wait another few days until transfer deadline day and get him for a couple of million less? You know that's the case, because United are tight-fisted, cheap bastards when it comes to doing things like that. We will be prepared to wait in order to get these players, I guess, until right down to the wire. Wouldn't be surprised. Zane Miassi getting in here. What's going on, Zane? Thank you for that. Let's get a super chat emoji. And he says, Pig, who's worse so far? Shitterverts or Mickey Mount? Duke of Rodtown, we are winning this weekend. If we do, get ready for lots of super chats, says Zane Miassi. Zane Miassi, right, okay, listen, who's better? Who's worse so far? Shitterverts or Mickey Mount? Okay, Mickey Mount's actually quite a good little slang name that you've given him there. But Shitterverts, I mean, you've not put a lot of thought into that one, Zamy Assy, lad, you know, come on. Shittyverts, I mean, that's a bit of a reach, mate. There's no rhyme, there's no, you know, there's just not a very impressive nickname, that one, mate, come on. Anyway, I would have said, like, Kai Have Herps would have been a better one, like maybe Have Herpes, you know what I'm saying, but pronounce it Have Herps. That might have worked, but no. Okay, that's not a great one either. But Shittyverts? Anyway, okay, who's worse? Let's go with Kai Havertz. How's about Kai? You know, how's about that, mate? I think obviously he's not all that. 65 million. What a waste of money. He's gash. Do one. You know, in regards to Mickey Mount, as you call him, he's not looking great at the minute. But it's early doors. It's early doors for both of these guys, to be fair. Calm down. Even me, who has taken the opinion of Mason Mount over the last few seasons that he is a bang average, overrated player, even me, who thinks that, is prepared to give Mason Mount a good opportunity at Manchester United in the hope that he goes on and does good things, being the fact he's only 24 and Mr. Ten Hag clearly likes him. That's why he spent 60 million of your English pounds sterling on the guy. So I'm going to have faith in him until, well, a long time from now. You've got to keep the faith in these players and hope that he performs and does the business. Now, Shitty Verts, as you call him, he's an Arsenal scummer, and these are Arsenal problems. I don't give a shite whether your fan base is so fickle to jump on this guy after 3 pigging games, but it doesn't surprise me, Zamiassi lad. But at the same time, I do think he's a crap signing. So I sort of understand it, but, Zane, thanks for that, bro. Also, Rory C getting in here says, poor Amrabat on strike trying to join us and we won't even bid. How broke are we? Pathetic, isn't it? I know we spent quite a bit on Onana, Mount and Højbjerg, but what was this whole push to sell players over the last few weeks all about then? We've got rid of quite a few different players. We should have been able to raise the capital to go and sign a midfielder like Sofian Amrabat who wouldn't break the bank. So I'm with you, Rory. I don't understand why we haven't gone in for him. It must be the case that we are pretty broke. It's an absolute disgrace and a nonsense, lad. Mark says Mount is out the door next summer. Mark N, I mean, again, I don't think so bad. I think, obviously, Ten Hag signed him for a particular reason. £60 million. He's not just going to get one season. Even if he's shite, he'll get more opportunities. Come on now. Let's not be too sceptical or overly sceptical. Look, I don't even rate Mount. I've told you that for years. But you've got to give him a chance. Bloody hell, people writing him off before he's even got going at United. Ten Hag might be able to unlock the abilities of this guy. He's obviously brought him for a reason. He's 24. You can't write off any player who's 24. The best years are ahead of Mason Mount. You're talking about a player that has won a couple of Player of the Seasons awards over there at Chelsea as well. Not last season, it was shite, but so was everybody else. And before that, he was very good for Chelsea, I guess, if that's what you want to say. But he's pretty decent for Chelsea, and we've got to give him a chance. So let's not give him too much of a hard time after 3 pigging games. Come on, smash a 1 in the chat if you're prepared to give Mason Mount a chance at United here. Go on. Look, I've told you for years I don't rate him, but I'm still prepared to give him a chance. Come on, get behind the team, get behind the player. It's not his fault Man United spent 60 million on the guy. I'd actually consider it a good signing if we paid 30. It's just the fact that we have massively overspent on the guy. You got to give him a chance. Don't be silly, guys. Don't be silly. It's 3 games in. Calm down. It's not panic stations just yet. Aaron Agnew, how have you been, mate? Get in. Thank you for becoming a gifter of memberships on the channel as well. Look at that. He's just gifted out a membership there. Thank you so much to Aaron Agnew. Double A in the house there, guys. Thanks so much. Alcoholics Anonymous. Aaron Agnew, get in there, my son. Thank you so much to AA. Can we get some cheeky hashtag AAs in there? Thanks for gifting out a membership to King Boomy. King Boomy has been made a member by Mr. Aaron Agnew. And that's fucking awesome, mate. We've got an Agnew member right there because of you, Aaron. Thank you so much, Aaron Agnew. I appreciate that, lad. Get in there, my son. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Get some love in there for the guy. Lots of ones coming in the live chat as well in support of Mason Mount. It's a no from you, Carol. Fair play, lad. Piggy's wearing the Maverick number 7. Look, he shouldn't be getting the number 7. I concur with that. He should have never been handed that shirt number. But he has been handed that shirt number, and Ten Hag's bought him for a reason, lad. So back the guy until otherwise we see fit that he's melting. Okay, but after 3 games, you cannot make that call. You can have your opinions about him, but to say he's leaving next summer is just a silliness. There you go. Anyway, you got to have patience for Mount. Absolutely, Rajat. 100%. Exactly, Berber. How many chances have Martial and Gashford had over the last 8 years? Precisely. McKay says, got to give him a chance, but I don't rate him. Well, I really hope he makes us eat all of our words here about how bang average he is. Really hope that he goes on and does some amazing things for us. But I don't think he's a number 7, like Chris Barker says. He can't be given the number 7 shirt so soon, but he has done. United Forever, thanks for your highlight comments. Hope you're doing well, Pig. Hey, not too shabby, mate. All the better for seeing you, dear. Thanks for being a member 10 months. Hashtag 10 for this guy. I'm all right, mate. Hope you're doing well. Not too shabby. Good to see my brother earlier on today. And, we've obviously got a couple of things planned over the next couple of days. But, yeah, good times. Not too shabby, mate. A little bit tired, actually, other than that, but I'm all right. Zamiassi, thank you for getting in here with another one. He says, Maguire cost more than the budget of Terminator 2. And Mount budget of Jurassic Park 1. Who calls it Jurassic Park 1? You know what I mean? It's just called Jurassic Park. Nobody says, have you seen Jurassic Park 1? You know what I mean? That's weird, Zane. That's odd, mate. They've got extra names for a reason, bud. You know what I mean? You've got Jurassic World. You've got Jurassic Park, The Lost World. You know, you've got the third one, which I can't remember. Maybe that one is just called Jurassic Park 3. Who calls it Jurassic Park 1, lad? Only Arsenal scum has that too. That makes no sense. Jurassic Park 1? It's the first one. It's called Jurassic Park. There's no need to put a number on it, Zane. Anyway. I've never heard anybody call it Jurassic Park 1. Anyway, he says Maguire cost more than the budget of Terminator 2 and Mount budget of Jurassic Park 1. Let that sink in. Will a player ever beat Avatar's budget? Maybe if Maguire goes to Saudi, says Amy Assey. Who's this fucking Barry Norman in the live chat? You know what I mean? It's this fucking Barry Norman's fucking film hour or something. What's this? Jonathan Ross rocked up in the live chat to talk movies, is it? The fuck's going on here, bud? Why are we referencing movies all the time, bud? What's that all about? I'll tell you what, Amy Assey, yeah, probably, mate. You'll probably get a player one day who's exceeded the budget of Waterworld, mate, starring Kevin Costner. You know what I mean? Probably at some point that might happen. You know, or like you say, Avatar, if you want to talk about that shite. But there you go. So, I don't know, Zane. I say, who cares, mate? Why are you talking about movies in the live chat for it already early on? I've told you, Zane. We're on a Man United tip at the moment, lad. We're on a Man United ting for the first part of the stream. Feel free to get your absolute bullshit comments in there towards the end of the stream, lad. During the Q&As at the end and stuff. But in regards to, you know, that... I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Budgets of players, because... you can never be guaranteed what you're going to get. Look at Paul Pogba, 85 million, the budget of bloody Ben-Hur or something. Whereas some players do well and they don't even cost that much. Or like players like Nicolas Pepe over at Arsenal Holland, cost 70 million. But you think they'd have been signed for the budget of the Blair Witch Project, mate? You know what I mean? Feels like he's the sort of player that's been produced by filming in a fucking wooded area with a Sony Handycam, mate, for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? You can't always go on the price, is what I'm saying. You can't always go on the price. Sometimes movies do good, and sometimes players do good, regardless of how much they cost. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thanks for getting in there with that. The correct thing to say would be Jurassic Park, or the first Jurassic Park. Exactly, nobody calls it Jurassic Park 1. What's he all about, man? Anyway, so... Sammy Assey, nice one. Alright, okay, keep smashing the likes, guys, if you're getting in here. Drop a thumbs up on it. We need a Baker Brigade like spike right now. We've got 300 legends in here. Let's see if we can get 300 likes on the stream. Every little like helps the channel out and helps us to... boost up on the algorithm, guys. We say it because it's important. So drop a thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so. That will help us out. It's free. Might as well feather that like button and give it a share and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, make sure you do hit the subscribe, because we cover all the latest United news in a no bullshit way. We're creeping up. We're only 8 subscribers away from 73,550 now. So hit the thumbs up if you haven't done. That'd be awesome. And get yourself involved. You do need to be subscribed in order to chat. Okay, so, what's with the Jurassic Park guff, says Aaron. I think Zane just likes talking about movies, doesn't he? Maybe he's, like, just stuck in the prehistoric. Maybe that's what it is. He feels like a dinosaur because of the fact that Arsenal haven't won a Premier League in 20 years, mate. They haven't won a Premier League since the Jurassic period, man. You know what I mean? They'd have to, like, go into a piece of amber that they found from 20 years ago, extract the DNA of Thierry Henry, and recreate him in a fucking laboratory in order to go and win the bloody Premier League again, these twats, wouldn't they? I think that's what it is. He's just obsessed with the past, mate. That's what's going on. This guy's a fantasist who's obsessed with the past, lad. Yep. Anyway, let's get back onto the United news, the important stuff. None of this fucking movie chatter or Arsenal shite. Nobody cares about that. Right then. So look, we've supposedly been in talks with Fiorentina at this moment in time. The talks have taken place for a long time. As we've said, it's very, very frustrating. We have news that, you know, we are in contact with Fiorentina right now, so we should be. And I'm not talking about the movie contact with Jodie Foster either, Zane. We're in contact with Fiorentina and to try and find a solution for Sofyan Amrabat. If that's the case, Hopefully we can get a deal done in the next few days if we are talking to them. But Sky Sports' Dharmesh Chef is reporting that there's not that much noise coming from this side of the pond. And that Sofyan Amrabat's a player that Man United and Ten Hag like, but the feeling is that a lot of noise surrounding him is coming from the Italian side and the people surrounding Amrabat in his camp. So is it even a really true case that Ten Hag and United are really going in for Sofyan Amrabat? I'll ask the live chat, guys, do you think we will sign Sofyan Amrabat between now and the end of deadline day? Yes or no? Get your humble opinion in there. I'm still trying to remain positive, so I'll say yes. But get your thoughts in. Do you think we've got the bottle to go and sign Sofyan Amrabat between now and the end of the window? I think we need him, so why wouldn't we? Zamiassi says, I have a good business idea. Let's make Piggy an English Blair Witch set here in England. You can be the main part. Horror movies' best investment, says Zamiassi. You can be the main part. What are you trying to say? Like I look like some fucking evil witch or something here, bud? You know what I'm saying? Well, I look like some sort of horror show. What are you talking about, Zamiassi, lad? Set here in England, to be fair, it'd be very easy to do that, mate. There's a lot of forests in England. There's a lot of wooded areas in England, isn't there? It's easy to get a handy cam. You don't need hordes of film crew in order to make a shitty Blair Witch Project style movie, do you? No, you don't. But I'll tell you what would be better, actually, in terms of a horror movie, because I thought Blair Witch was shite, to be perfectly honest with you, mate. What I'd quite like to see is we'll call it Halloween Arsenhollands, right? And what it is basically about, I don't know, some melter, let's call him Jason Gunnar Voorhees or something, right? Who's got like a fucking mask on his face and maybe a Petr Cech hat as well or something like that. And he's going around stalking the fucking dressing rooms of the Emirates, mate, trying to find a fucking Premier League trophy, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's struggling. He's in the bowels of the building, mate. He can't find anything. There's random players popping up, random horror scenes. Next thing you know, George Graham's there fucking with a sinister look on his face. You know, maybe that could work. But that sounds pretty horrific and horrendous to me. But your idea, not so sure about it, lad. Honestly, I think that would be piss poor. No, definitely don't want to do that, mate. Anyway, whatever. What are we talking about, mate? What are we talking about here? You know, why are we talking about this, Zamiassi? Ask yourself that question. Do you know what is a horror show right now? This live chat. Because of you, mate. Because of you. That's what's going on, lad. All right. Okay, so come on. Let's get on with the news again here. Amrabat. Just get that off my screen. Amrabat is a player Man United and Ten Hag like. Well, not enough to go and actually sign this brat right now, basically, it seems. Maybe it does hinge on still us trying to get rid of another player. There's McTominay to Bayern still being discussed. Of course, we want to get rid of Shotty McColostomy Bag. If we can get shot of him, we should. And get somebody else in. Gravenberch would be cool as a swap deal. If not, get some cash in, move him on, go and sign Sofyan Amrabat. But it's not like we don't have the money to go and sign Sofyan Amrabat already. We've got rid of Fred. We've got rid of players like Dean Henderson. There is no excuse right now. Pull your bloody finger out all the Fred Bentos pies, please, United's recruitment team. You're a disgrace. But the reps are becoming frustrated, if you believe reports as well, on Sofyan Amrabat's side of things. His representatives are not happy at all with how long this has taken. So as we've established, Sofyan Amrabat has been waiting for Manchester United very patiently for United, waiting for United to bid and to come and play for us. That's all that the reports from the Tier 1 journalists has been saying for a long time. People like Fabrizio Romano are saying that obviously his preference is to join Manchester United. United are just waiting to bid for him. Maybe we had to shift on one or two players to do so. And that he's desperate to join Man United and desperate to play for Erik Ten Hag, Champions League, Premier League, all the rest of it. But we still haven't done the deal yet. So he must be getting pissed off. I think maybe there's a conversation that's taking place behind the scenes, obviously, between United and Ten Hag, maybe, and Sofyan, just to give him some sort of reassurances, because there are other teams that are understood to be interested in him. Galatasaray is one of them. Various different teams all around the globe are interested in Sofyan Amrabat. A couple of Saudi teams, maybe even one or two other Premier League sides, such as Liverpool's. You know, different teams are interested in him. So I guess it's going to come down to the wire in the transfer window to see if we can bring him in. I hope it happens, because at the moment we are crying out for that defensive midfielder or somebody that can possess that technical ability to keep hold of the ball for us in the centre of the park as well, and has a bit of a combative nature. Look, I understand the Højbjerg links. Maybe if that's on the table, he's the sort of player, style-wise, I'm not saying quality-wise, but style-wise, we could do with. He certainly is that sort of player. Like, we need somebody that can play number 6. We need somebody that's got a defensive mind. We need somebody that can pass the ball. I mean, just looking at Pierre, I was going to call him Pierre-Emerick then. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang Højlund's Højbjerg stats. No. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. It's a bit of a mouthful. I don't want to sign him just because of his name, to be honest. It's fucking gash. You know what I mean? Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Do one, mate. You know what I mean? That's too much of a mouthful. You know, you can do one. But look, he's got that Danish connection as well, of course. Think about that, the Danish connection. Played 65 caps for Denmark. He's got that Danish connection with Rasmus. I guess that means something. Oh, Danish friends. I guess that means something, doesn't it? But if we have a look at his statisticals for last season, he's played a lot of times in the Premier League for Spuds, and he's got 5 assists and 4 goals in 35 appearances. It's actually pretty respectable stats for a central defensive midfielder. Actually, those are very decent stats indeed. So, in terms of stats-wise, in the Prem, last season, not bad. Not bad. Oh, Danish friends. I think he's really not a bad option. That's just my opinion. Look, some of you may be surprised by that, but I think he's all right. I think he'd be a decent fit in terms of what we need. But I'd still rather Amrabat. So let's ask the live chat, guys. Amrabat or Højbjerg? Who's your favourite? He sort of reminds me of that guy from Futurama as well. You know, the fucking squid man or whatever called Zoidberg. You know, he reminds me of Zoidberg, mate. I'd have to start calling him fucking Zoidberg if he came to play for us, which I wouldn't like to do. Though, who would you rather have, guys? Højbjerg or Amrabat? Get your thoughts and opinions in there. Amrabat, says Jason. Amrabat all day, says Berber and Mikhail. Amrabat. What a choice. Amrabat the bat. Amrabat man. Amrabat all day. Ryan says neither. Both are sideways steps, not big improvements. That's so true, isn't it? You're absolutely bang right there. I don't know, actually. I think Sofyan Amrabat may be capable of improving us, to be fair. I mean, he's only 26. Still remains to be seen what sort of a career he can have over the next 5-6 years. He's done the hard part of his development. Now it's time to flourish in a top side. Could happen, or he could end up not being as good as we all rate him as. But I think you've got to go with Amrabat. United says Højbjerg way better than Amrabat. Well, he has been doing it in the Premier League. He has proven in the Premier League to a degree. Those stats, like I said, from last season, he's contributed 9 goals in 30-odd appearances in the league. I mean, that's actually not too shabby at all from a defensive-minded midfielder. I do respect that. Not that that's the most important thing when you're talking about a CDM, but he is a decent sort of midfielder who can play that role for us. Amrabat, get in there, says Aaron, must play. Look, everybody said Amrabat. Both, says Kingslayer. Both for fuck's sake, says Chris. Good shout, lads. Good shout. Why the hell are Manchester United not going the whole hog on these players when we can certainly try and get rid of McTominay as well? Imagine if we do get rid of McTominay. We should be bringing in 2 midfielders because we need people to replace Fred and McTominay. So that would be 2 personnel that need to come in order to do that. So great call. Ndidi, I mean, Ndidi's being wanted by a couple of different teams at the moment. Ndidi's a player that I've always rated. Maybe 1 or 2 injury concerns, but, you know, in my opinion, Ndidi's a class act as well. I think he's a very, very good option for us. I like your style there. Yeah, Berber says, shopping in the bargain bin at Poundland again. Get the Glazers out. Well done to the 58. Come on, guys. Get some applause in there for all the legends that did stay behind and protest the Glazer shithouses ownership at the Nottingham Forest game the other day. People like Rush Marno, one of the legends of this live chat, season ticket holder, passionate Man United fan. I think those guys did a great job of getting a lot of eyeballs on this matter. Once again, you know, thousands of fans stayed behind for the game and protested, and I think they've done a great job of raising awareness about just how sick and tired the Manchester United fan base is of the Glazers ownership. So yeah, let's get some green and gold emojis, some Glazers out signs in there. Couldn't agree more. We are shopping around in the bargain bin. We shouldn't be. I mean, I don't want to sound like an arrogant Billy Big Bollocks here, but Man United should be out spending everybody in the league. We really should. We shouldn't be getting done by anybody. We shouldn't be getting outspent by Chelsea Scum or Shitty or Arsenal Hollands or anybody, really. We should be outspending everybody. You know why? Because we're just better. We're bigger and better. We've got bigger, better fan bases. We've got a bigger, better history. We generate bigger, better amounts of money, for fuck's sake, in terms of commercial revenue and stuff like that. We're just a bigger, better club with big bollocks. But unfortunately, our owners are eunuchs and they've got fucking shrivelly ball bags as owners. And so we don't actually, you know, goodness me, I don't even want to think about bloody Joel and Avram's ball bags. Sorry to put that image in there, crikey. Goodness me, I imagine they're touching the floor just by taking one look at him. Nobody wants to imagine that. Goodness me, you could just imagine it sticking to the inside of their bloody calf. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to think about that. Sorry for the mental image. But the point I'm saying is they got shrivelly ball bags. Nobody wants them at this football club. And if we actually did have half-decent owners, crikey, nobody else would be able to compete with us because of how much we generate and how much of a big bollocks club we are. Not arrogant, just better. That's Manchester United. We've got that history, we've got that pedigree. Nobody else can compete with that. You can't get these new money twats Manchester City come in and undo 100 years of history. These fucking twats are living in cloud cuckoo land if they think Manchester's blue. They're a bunch of dicks. As soon as the money goes away, so will their successors. Whereas Manchester United, you know, with the fan base, with the history, with everything, the reputation will always be there. We'll always be there. Yes, this is a dormant period for Manchester United. Of course it is. We're like fucking Mount Vesuvius or some shit. Just sitting there, dormant, smoking away, ready to fucking explode at some point and come back and just cover all the crowd's people in fucking hot lava, my son. That's what Manchester United's waiting for. We're Mount St. Helens. We're fucking Krakatoa. You know what I mean? We're not just some little fucking anthill, some molehill, like the fucking shithouse Manchester City wank pieces. You know what I mean? That which you could squash with a bloody spade. You know what I'm saying? Fuck those guys and screw the Glazers. We are only where we are right now because of the cash ownership of this club. Alright, anyway, sorry, I had to get off Manchester. Yeah. Hopefully, Big T. Let's hope that these guys go and we see new owners come in very soon, and then we can start to kick on and start to move on. Thank you, Don Berber. I appreciate you, lad. You know it. You know it. You know it. Right, okay, guys. So, look, Sofian Amrabat, we're working on him. Are we working on him? Deal or no deal? I feel like fucking Noel Edmonds here, guys. You know what I mean? Deal or no deal? What's your question? What's your answer, sorry, to the question? Deal or no deal? Okay, so, you know, in your box could be Sofian Amrabat. Over here, though, Janice got number 13 there. She could have fucking Højbjerg. Or, you know, at number 6, you could have Shotty Colostomy Bag McTominay. So should I call the wanky banker and fucking have a little bit of a negotiation? You know, the wanky banker being the shithouse Glazers. I feel like the fucking gastastic deal or no deal situation's going on at the club. I just need to grow a little goatee and start wearing a shirt that looks like my fucking nan's wallpaper. Then we can do a proper deal or no deal on it, guys. Exactly, the bankers, the Glazers. Exactly, first class game of the. So apart from we'll call them the wanker. You know what I mean? We don't call them the banker. They're called the wanker or the Yankee banky wanky. That's what we would call them. Anyway, yeah, we got to spank the banker. That sounds like something else, doesn't it? Goodness me. But you know what I'm saying, like, deal or no deal, Noel Edmonds type shit. Why the fuck are we talking about this? Why haven't we just gone and bought the players that we need so far? Why are we trying to, like, scrimp and save all the time? It's a joke. Just go and get everybody that we need, please. We should not be wanting for anyone, as in we are the biggest, most successful football club in the country. That's the facts. Okay, let's move on then with some other transfer news and stuff. Okay, we are, you know, as I mentioned, Scott McTominay to Bayern is still being discussed. I'm not going to talk too much about that. We covered that quite a lot in last night's video. We'll see. Christian Volk says Scotty McTominay is currently the favourite of the shortlist of FC Bayern in a holding six. As a holding six, Bayern bosses are working on the deal with Man United and his agent, so we'll see if there's anything behind that, if there's any truth. We mentioned perhaps a Gravenberch swap deal. I would like a Gravenberch swap deal, to be honest, rather than Colostomy Bag. Rather than keeping him here, I would prefer to do the swap. Maybe that swap fits both sides at this stage as well. We can get a good player that might fit Ten Hag's system more soundly, and they can get a player that actually wants to be there, maybe. And that's the sort of club that these prima donna egos might want to go to. Okay, Slabby Maguire might be too big bollocks for West Ham, but surely if Bayern München come and knock him for somebody like Shotty McColostomy Bag McShortbread McTominay, then he would be foolish not to go, because they're a top club and he can obviously do good things there, and they're going to win the league and all the rest of it. It'd be fun. And what else is he going to do? Warm the bench at United. So let's just hope and pray, fingers crossed, that this is true and that Bayern Munich do want him. If that's true, that could be one gash player off of our books by the end of the window, which would then hopefully free up the ability to do a swap with Gravenberch, or maybe go and actually bring in Sofian Amrabat and who knows, maybe this Højbjerg character. So we'll see. 45 million for McTominay. Tad much, says First Class Gamer. Crikey. A tad much. It's about £15 million too much. We should have certainly accepted that £30 million offer from West Ham. We have been so greedy on that one. Don't really understand why we asked for so much money. We could have just gone back and said, hey, look, you've offered 30. David Moyes, Ginger Goblin Extraordinaire. We'll let you have him for 35. And then they might have gone, oh, that's a little bit too expensive. We'll go 33. Deal. Noel Edmonds gets on the blow. A fucking deal, my son. You know what I mean? But as it is right now, we went in with way too much of an increase in an asking price, and they've just gone and done one and bought James Ward-Prowse. We are foolish in that sense. So we should have already had this guy gone off of our books. It's our own greed and mismanagement from the top down there that has caused this situation to be what it is, which is us still waiting to sign a replacement midfielder with only a few days left of the window and McTominay still being here. What a joke asking for that much money. How much do you think McTominay's worth, guys, in the live chat? Get in there. I'll be honest, 25 to 30 million. I'd have been happy getting 30 million quid for the guy, but as it is, you know, we turned down 30, we wanted 45. What an absolute shambles. 50p. Exactly, Bell. We need a goal scorer as well. Get rid of all this shite and bring in some proper players. 20 mil, 25, 20p, 20 mil, 30 tops. Ryan says 45. Yeah, but we all know you're Scott McTominay's brother, mate. Your surname's McTominay, lad. Your name is Ryan Slabby McTominay. Your full name, mate. We all know that. That's why you keep singing the praises of Shotty McTominay, lad. You know what I'm saying? You are from the same neck of the woods as him. You're statistically the biggest supporter of Scott McTominay I've ever seen. Something wrong with you, mate. Yeah, get in there. 15 million because of British tax. Fair enough. Anyway, 30 tops. I agree with you, Eamon Barrett. 25 mil max. Clear out the guff. Definitely, lads. Definitely. Okay, right, guys. So another guff bag that we could get rid of Scott McTominay. Another guff bag, moving on, would be Mr. Slabo Maguire, who there's some new reports that suggest that Manchester United have blocked a fresh approach for Harry Maguire for West Ham United. What the actual fuck, mate? Do one. Don't wind me up, news writers. Don't wind me up. This is just obviously, this has got to be bollocks, to be honest. Why would we block a deal? It makes no sense. I don't think this is a legit story, but this is from the Times this evening that Man United blocked a fresh approach for Harry Maguire from West Ham United. Do the other one? Surely not. I mean, maybe if it was just like a loan capacity, then it's not for us. I say get rid of him alone. At least we're not paying his bloody wages then. But it's understood that West Ham are interested in loaning Maguire at this stage now. So they've already put down on the table 30 million big ones. We accepted it. We couldn't get an agreement in place with the amount of money to pay Maguire. He was being a greedy little bastard. This is what really pisses me off. Get out of the football club, Slabby Maguire. You've got the opportunity to go and play for someone who is actually a Premier League side, which is much better than you deserve, mate. He should be playing in the fucking, I don't know, the Fijian League. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the Fijian League's called. But I'm talking about playing in Fiji. You know, the country Fiji, guys. That's where he should be playing. That's his standard. Maybe he should be playing for, like, Isle of Man FC. Or something, you know, maybe he should be playing for fucking, you know, the Falkland Islands United. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he should be playing for fucking Fort Stanley or some shit. He shouldn't be playing for Manchester United. He shouldn't be playing for West Ham United. Goodness me. He shouldn't be playing for West Bromwich Albion, even. He'd be lucky to play for David Moyes at West Ham, to be perfectly honest with you. So the fact that this melter is still staying at the club when he's got the opportunity to go and play somewhere else, play regular football, get in Southgate's team, just really pisses me off. And I've got no sympathy whatsoever for him now. If he wasn't prepared to go with a £6 million golden handshake, he's a greedy bastard. He's asking for too much cash. And why should we have to give him £12 million just for him to go and play football for a team that he's not good enough to play for anyway? You know, come on, guys. This is a Boreham Wood FC player if ever I've seen one. Why the hell he's still here at the club on 200 grand a week is beyond me. Unreal. Unbelievable. Crikey. He shouldn't even be playing for England. He should be playing for San Marino or something. He's a proper bang average melter. So it's quite bizarre that he's even still here. Hey, thank you very much indeed here to Stephanie Griffith for the likes tally. Yes, nice one. We're nearly at 200 likes, guys. You know what to do. Keep hitting the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Drop a little thumbs up on it. A £12 million golden shower. That's what he wants, mate. Do you know what? When Harry Maguire goes to bed at night, do you know what he dreams of? he dreams of being in the end of the Crystal Maze, that TV show back in the day, yeah? And you could just imagine him in that big diamond glass structure or whatever, and they're just chucking in fucking gold and notes and stuff, and he's just grabbing them all, mate. And it doesn't matter how fucking good or shite he is. He doesn't have to go to the fucking Aztec zone and win a crystal. No, he doesn't have to do that. He just gets maximum time to get all the fucking money that he wants. And it's a disgrace. Somebody needs to fucking chuck a harmonica at his head. It's absolutely outrageous how he just makes that money at the football club. So, I don't understand it. He shouldn't get paid that amount of cash. The crystal slab. He should be doing one. Gongshi, how you doing, mate? How you doing? We do come out with some absolute nonsense on this show, don't we? Why do you all watch? Fucking hell. Some say that I need to have my head tested. And some might be right. We do come out with some absolute guff on it, don't we? What are we talking about? Fucking Slappy Maguire dreaming of that bald bloke playing a harmonica, playing the Crystal Maze. It's unreal. But you know what I'm saying, guys. I'm just saying it doesn't matter how he performs. He still just collects that cash hard at United. And he wants even more money. He wants to be paid an absolute fortune to leave this football club. It's a disgrace. This is why we come here, says First Class Gamer. Oh, my God. Anyway, right, okay. So, okay, guys, let's get serious for a second here. Maguire's got an opportunity to go and play elsewhere. We're not hearing too many links to other clubs at the moment. Man United, understandably, are not crazy about getting a loan deal away from the football club for Maguire for a couple of reasons. If we're going to let Maguire go, we want a significant amount of cash, i.e. a permanent transfer, so we can go and reinvest and get another defender. I think that is what is the reason why this deal, potentially with West Ham for a loan move, has been blocked by Man United, because I think what they're looking to do is maybe bring him in on loan. That way they don't have to contend with that whole golden handshake, settlement thing going on between United and the player. So they could just go and pay a small fee, pay his wages or a high majority of his wages and get him in on a loan deal. So that suits West Ham. But it doesn't suit Manchester United, because we would be looking to invest in another player, so we'd need some money in return to go and actually sign a new player. And plus, we don't really have the cover there in the centre-back positions, if we're being totally honest. Now, I know that Slappy Maguire is not realistic to get on the pitch much this season, more to the reason why he should leave. But we don't have that many players in that area. So if we get one or two injury problems, if Varan gets injured, if Martinez gets injured, you'd probably be quite happy to have Slappy Maguire around. I mean, not happy to have him around, but happy to have a defender around. You'd still rather a different defender in there. But we've only got Johnny Evans. You've only got, Lindelof. Okay, Luke Shaw can play there, Varan, and of course Martinez. But beyond that, it is Slappy Maguire who would be expected to slot in there and be a backup for us. So in terms of depth, in terms of who we've actually got available, it doesn't really make sense to let Harry Maguire go out on loan. As much as I don't want him at the club, we need to get some money to generate cash to buy a player, buy a replacement. If we can buy a replacement like Jean-Claire Todibo or someone, then yes, let this twat go. I'd let him go for 25 million even. But he's got to be prepared to walk for an agreed amount of money. So if West Ham can pay X amount, he's got to reach an agreement with Manchester United for the remainder. And it doesn't seem like that's what he wants to do right now. He's been a greedy little man, or a greedy big man, and he's asking for way too much cash, and he's not worth it, to be honest. So it is putting United in a difficult position, I suppose. Really, we should just cut our losses, meet somewhere in the middle, I suppose, with what we have to pay the guy, and then perhaps we can do a deal to get this guy gone. But we shouldn't be accepting anything less than 30 million for him, because we're going to have to pay up to £10 million to the guy to leave the football club, which means we only actually get about 20 mil for the guy. So it's really not a great piece of business for United, whichever way you look at it. He might well be the worst Manchester United signing ever, when you factor in all things. Okay, Paul Pogba was pretty janky as well. In fact, he left us on a free. If we could get 30 million for Maguire, at least we get that back, a little bit of cash back. But, I mean, he may well be the worst signing we've ever made. Who is the worst signing we've ever made, guys? He is worse than Di Maria. He is worse than Alexis Sanchez. He is worse than a lot of players that we've signed because of how much money he cost and how shite he's been for us. And now the fact that he's a lingering turd in the toilet bowl that has turned out to be United right now under the Glazers. It is very much it is very much a bad signing overall, isn't it? We'll look back on this in years to come as one of the absolute flops of Manchester United's transfer dealings over the years. Maguire says Johnny Sanchez was terrible, to be honest, but at least he fucked off reasonably soon. Anthony, I mean, you can't say that yet. Danny, maybe in the future. Harry says Mark. Weghorst, you definitely can't say that. He was a loan player for 6 months. Come on. You know, he didn't cost us anything. He tried his hardest. Got a little bit of a soft spot for Veggie, even though he was shite. You can't really say he was a bad signing. Slabby, Di Maria, Maguire, yeah, the Maguire hands down. He's definitely the worst as Dean. Maguire, the king of shite players, yeah, good shout. Falcao was a bit of disappointment, but again, at least he fucked off reasonably soon. Germans did less damage to Old Trafford when they bombed it. Oh my goodness me. Maguire cost us too much, bloody hell, Don Berberland. Maguire hands down. Oh, Jemba says MT. Exactly. Pogba better than Maguire, I suppose, because he scored a European final. Stop putting Maguire in the same conversation as him. Well, he is in the same conversation as him. He might have done that for us, but let's face it, Paul Pogba was ultimately shite for Manchester United for 5 years, bud. Cost us £85 million plus, and then left on a free. So make no mistake, that was an absolutely abysmal piece of transfer dealings for Manchester United as well. So I will put him in the same category. I'm going to say Maguire's even worse, though. But actually, I do think Pogba is just right up there, mate. Pogba was a shambles of a transfer. Come on. Yeah, Maguire the worst player we've ever had. Fair enough, guys. It's a tough one, isn't it? Well, what I'll ask the live chat now. This is what I'll ask the live chat, guys. Do you think we should loan out Harry Maguire if we can't sell him? Would you loan him? Because that means we don't really have the cash to go and reinvest in somebody else. Would you loan him? Yes or no? Would you just rather see him go? I just think it would sort of strengthen a Premier League rival team. Not necessarily a rival, but a team in the Premier League. And it gives us less depth. I would be much preferring to just sell him on the cheap rather than loan him. I think we kind of need the backup, really, if we're not going to get money to replace with another player. If we can't go and sign another defender, we kind of almost better off having him around as a backup, even though he is on 200 grand. What am I saying, guys? What am I saying? No! Get rid of the guy! Loan him out! Free transfer the twat! Fucking terminate him, man! Do you know what I mean? Send him on a very long holiday to the islands of Fiji to play for fucking Fiji FC on loan for free! For all I care, what am I talking about? Of course, get rid of the slab. He's an absolute mess of a human. He's an absolute greedy bastard. He's an absolute lingerer. And we won't be shot of this guy until he fucking realises that we don't want him anymore. You know, what am I talking about? Loan, sale, free transfer, Bosman, fucking sell him, send him on a fucking SpaceX rocket to Neptune. Whatever the fuck, which way we can get rid of this twat. Get him gone. You know? What am I saying? Loan, says Kingslayer. Keep him, says... But we need to get somebody in the opposite direction for a defender, don't we? Yeah, I should red card myself there, mate, to be honest with that fucking statement. Donate him, says Big T. Well, donate him to the Smithsonian Museum, mate, as an old school monolith. You know what I'm saying? People can walk around the museum. They can learn about the ancient pyramids. They can go into the Maguire section, and they can learn about the ancient monolith that is the stone slab. That's a really great shout, actually. You know, let's not even be greedy. Let's just donate him to the British Museum. Good shout. I like your style, mate. Yes, indeed. Pop him in the Easter Island exhibit, and everybody's happy. Okay, so listen, Maguire, will he go? Will he stay? We'll see. Hopefully he goes. Hopefully we can actually get an agreement in place. This whole deal about us reportedly blocking a West Ham offer is, I think, because it's a loan offer and it doesn't suit us because we want more money to be able to invest. Maguire just needs to man up, realise that he is surplus to requirements. Ten Hag needs to tell him he won't play, and let's just chuck him on the scrap heap. No, chuck him on the bonfire like a fucking effigy and get rid. Get rid, so we can move on as a football club, sign a replacement, everybody's happy then. He needs to stop being so greedy and accept a decent agreement with Manchester United. I'm not expecting him to go and play for a heck of a lot less money, but maybe a little bit. I think he owes Manchester United. He owes this fan base, he owes this football club for giving him an absolute gravy trainer for 4 years, overpaying him while he doesn't put enough value back into the football club. So see you later on, Slabby Maguire. From one slab to another, let's just talk about this for a moment. It's not necessarily United related, obviously it is an ex-United player. But from one slab to another, let's talk about this deal. So Chelsea have now struck up a deal with AS Roma. It's got the here we go from Fab earlier on in regards to Romelu Lukaku. Here we go. Agreement reached on a loan deal valid until June 2024. The player will travel to Roma on Tuesday. Salary coverage around 7.5 million euros for 10 months. Loan fees higher than 5 million euros. Green light arrived also on player side. Done deal. I mean, I think that's a good signing, obviously, for them. It wouldn't have been a good signing for us. So some people were interested in bringing Lukaku back to us in terms of a short-term deal to give us extra options up top. Now, man, he's like the slabby Maguire of forwards. He has the touch of a, you know, I'm not going to say. But he's got a bad touch, that guy, on the ball. It's not good. And you've got the touch of a Glazer. Trying to get the sticky sack away from his inner calf. He's got the touch of a Glazer, this man. And certainly, you know, not a good player for Manchester United. But hey, I thought I'd mention it because it is transfer news of a player that's, you know, played for us before. And he's going over there to join Jose Mourinho over in Italia. Quite interesting. So yeah, there you go. Moving on to Tony Martial links. These are speculative links, very speculative links. Very, very bullshit speculative links, if you ask me. But here's a report that says United have offered Real Madrid the chance to sign Martial. The deal would include an option for Real Madrid to sign Martial permanently for £12.8 million. Yeah, they've offered Real Madrid the chance to sign Martial. That may be true. This is how that offer went, guys. Ready? Hello, Real Madrid? Yeah, this is Manchester United speaking. We would just like to offer you the chance to sign Martial. Well, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. That's obscene. Yeah, and you. That's how that went. You know what I mean? Yeah, they might have offered Real Madrid the chance to bloody sign him, but goodness me, they haven't exactly jumped to the idea, have they? No. They're not interested in that. It's easy. Easy to decide no on that one. It's like going down the market and somebody offering you a dead fish. Wait a second, that actually happens. I mean, offering you a dead fish's head on a keyring. Nobody wants that. It will stink after a couple of weeks. People buy fish when they're dead all the time, so... £1 fish. That was such a bad analogy. You know what I mean? But, you know what I meant. Nobody wants Tony Martial, guys, is what I'm saying. He's the equivalent of a dead fish keychain. He stinks, and he's very off-putting. So you only buy live fish. Don't know where that came from. £1 fish. It's a great episode of Rate My Takeaway. Hey, Jams the highlights. What's going on, you legend? I hope you're doing well, mate. Get in there. Oh, we are talking some absolute nonsense tonight on the show, but we're having fun. Anyway, okay, we've got 340 legends in, guys. Hey, we're only 3 subscribers away from the next mini milestone of 73,550. Keep hitting the thumbs up button if you haven't done so, guys. Drop a thumbs up on it, smash the like, smash the subscribe, click the bell icon. Get in here for other crazy videos and discussions like this one. Gattuso says, Piggy buys live fishes and talks to them, says Gattuso. I like my food to move. You know what I mean, guys? I like my food to have some movement to it, bud. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a dead fish. You know what I'm saying? I like to eat it whilst it's still moving around. Anyway. Okay, guys, so listen, this is interesting as well. Obviously, Fabrizio basically confirming the Bayern deal for the backup goalkeeper. Nobody cares. Fred apparently confirmed it. Fred confirms Alte Bayern's move to Man United. He comments and says, I wished Alte good luck when he left. He's going to join a great team. Alte will be very happy at Manchester United. Bayern spent the last 3 days in Manchester to complete medical tests. Okay, nice one. So we've got this backup goalie coming. Big whoop. Yeah, you can buy live fish, first-class gamer, but it's not really the most common thing, is it? When you go down the old market, you know, when people are going, £1 fish, get your fucking fish here, you know, you don't often see they've brought a fucking massive tank with a bunch of rainbow trout floating around in it. That doesn't really happen, does it? It's usually like ice boxes with a bunch of dead fish in there. So I think that was a very bad analogy by me, wasn't it? Very, very bad analogy by me initially. But a rotten fish would have made sense. Yeah, it's like trying to buy a rotten fish. But anyway, all I'm saying is that they're not interested in him. In China it is. Oh, okay then, First Class Gamer. That's interesting, lad. Well, you can buy fucking bat meat on the street, mate, in China. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's everywhere's different. Everywhere's different, you know. That's the thing. Do you walk down the street in Hammersmith? And do you go and end up buying Dracula for your dinner? No, you don't, mate. Every culture's different. I'm just talking about this culture right here in the UK. Obviously, you don't usually buy live fish in a tank. But I bet you can over there, to be fair. That makes sense. Berber says, top tip, I get your kid a pet. Make sure it's alive and the pet too. Oh... All right, anywho's this, guys. Let's crack on. So, yeah, Bayern, we're not going to talk about that. Who cares? Let me just check out Rushmano's updates. He sent me a couple of updates live during the show here. Shout out, big up to Rushmano, absolute don. Okay, so Manchester United set to reject the latest offer for Harry Maguire from West Ham. United have no interest in letting Maguire leave this summer now as a result of Raphael Varane's injury. Oh, for fuck's sake! Raphael Varane, the most injury-prone melter known to man. Why do you have to be so made of paper, Dad? You know what I'm saying? If it rains, he gets moist and he rips. That's the problem with Raphael Varane. It's such a shambles. Why the fuck do we have such an injury-prone set of players right now? There's an injury crisis, and Raphael Varane is the king of the injured people. He's the ultimate sick note. I love him. I think he's such a great defender, but he's never fit. And because of that, it means that we might not be able to sell the bloody human tree right now. I find that bullshit, to be honest. I think the reason we've rejected a loan deal is because of it's a loan deal where we want the money to go and reinvest. If we could get a replacement, we'd let Slabby leave. But unfortunately, we've got moist paper legs at the football club. It's such a shame. Right, we've got a couple more live updates that have come out over the last hour. Once again, big up Rushmano. Interesting. Man United have inquired about AS Roma's Leonardo Spinazzola following Luke Shaw's injury. This is reported by Di Marzio. Interesting. This is quite interesting. Obviously, the left-back position is something that we are looking at this moment. I haven't really talked about that tonight in tonight's show, but understood that we had that discussion with Chelsea about maybe a loan deal for Cucurella. There's other players like Sergio Reguilon being touted as a potential left-back coming in. There's also mentions of that murderer Marcos Alonso, etc. And even I saw some reports earlier, it was from Marca in Spain, which basically means that it's from Gasho in Spain, but that said that United have already submitted an offer to Barcelona for Marcos Alonso. I find that absolute bullshit and probably not the case at all. But Di Marzio in Italia reporting that Man United have inquired about AS Roma's Leonardo Spinazzola following Luke Shaw's injury. So it does look like we are trying to maybe look at options in that area. I still think Alvaro Fernandez would be absolutely fine. But look, if we can get another player in and get some extra depth, then it's a good idea. Nothing wrong with that. We need some depth. At this moment, we are a little bit shy in those areas. You know, we've got Dallo who can play there and Alvaro Fernandez. But realistically, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have another player who can play either left back and right back or just left back, to be fair, because Luke Shaw's injured, Malacia is injured for not a short amount of time either, at least sort of a month or so. Maybe even up to 6 weeks in Luke's case. So because of that, yes, we are a little bit shy in that area. Exactly, Disco Dave. Yeah, I'm not really feeling too much on it either. I think maybe a loan deal. If we can get a loan deal, yeah, that's something we could be working on right now as well. But certainly not a permanent transfer. We won't be getting a permanent transfer for a left back. It will just be a 6-month loan, if anything, or maybe a season-long loan at most to bring in a left back. Because once Luke Shaw's back fit, he will be the number one choice. Make no mistake. Piggy at the fish stall. These fish are dead. These are dead fish. Don't buy these fish, guys. They're dead. Absolutely. All right, a couple of more reports that have come out. Let's take a look at Rushy's updates. Big up Rushy. Yeah, it's another report that suggests that we have inquired about signing Roma's Spinazzola. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Interesting link. I'd be up for it. Right, guys, I'm going to get stuck into the latest live chat then for a few minutes, guys. We're going to just do a rundown of what we discussed in this video. Take a second to go and retweet the stream. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. I'll shout you all out in a minute before we get into the chat. I'm just going to do a rundown of what we discussed. Instead of the Glazers, we have Dwayne Dibley and Gordon Brittas running the football club. Ah, classics, mate. Classics, absolutely, yeah. Dwayne Dibley! Mate, he's got his thermos, he's got his triple thick condom, he's got his anorak and his plastic sandals, and he's ready to rock and roll, lad. Gordon Brittas, the manager of Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre, could do a better job than the Glazer shithouses running this club, couldn't he? Fucking hell. Great show, by the way. Underrated show, mate. Underrated sitcom of the 90s, that one. Stephanie Griffith, thanks. 221 likes. Keep smashing the likes. Keep subscribing. Get involved. Yeah, nice one. Katu, what's going on with Spinazzola? Just that we have been linked with an inquiry to Roma with Spinazzola. That's all really, Katu. Nothing major, but we are linked with him. We've been linked to a lot of players. Linked to a lot of players. Let's cover the latest rundown of what we discussed in this video then for anybody who's just getting in here if you missed the start of the show. So the first sort of new piece of information is that it's understood that United have an interest in maybe signing Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who's a player that stylistically maybe makes a bit of sense because he is a CDM. We need somebody to help cover for Casemiro and to maybe play alongside Casemiro. I don't really mind Højbjerg. I think he's a decent player. I don't think he's all that. He's not world class. He's not exactly what United need, but you can do worse than Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Plus, he's got that link with Rasmus Højlund. Oh, Danish friends! Where they're Danish friends, of course, and they like to hang out on a boat, fishing, eating Dane-packed bacon, talking about the good old days of Peter Schmeichel being an absolute don. This is what they do, these Danish friends. But, okay. He's okay. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. Statistically speaking, last season in the Premier League, he had a good season. Not a bad player at all when he gives us something that we need in that area that we don't currently have. But still, the preference would be Sofyan Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat at this moment is being talked about and has been talked about for the last... seems like eternity now, but certainly the last 4 to 6 weeks, he's been heavily discussed as a player that United want to go and get. All accounts are that he's still waiting in the wings for Manchester United and that he wants to come to us, and he's still holding out hope that we come in for him. He's just being patient right now, but his representatives are understandably getting more frustrated with that situation because Man United haven't bid yet to Fiorentina. We're understandably having contacts with them, but his representatives are growing frustrated with the lack of movement in this deal. Darmesh Chef reports that there's more sort of noise coming out of the Italian side of things than there is Manchester United side of things about Sofyan Amrabat, and that's why we're being linked to other players like Gravenberch, maybe also Højbjerg, because perhaps there isn't all that much desire to go and sign Amrabat. But hopefully there is. Hopefully there is, and hopefully Man United go and get him. That would be absolutely sensational. And at the moment we are in discussions, having contacts, having talks with them. So we'll see if it can materialise. At least a lot of different outlets are suggesting we are in discussions with them. So hopefully Sofyan Amrabat can come in. It's a frustrating situation. If not, then maybe we are genuinely looking at people like Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Ryan Gravenberch. With the McTominay situation as well, just to update you on that, still at the same sort of position. It's understood that perhaps Bayern Munich do consider him a viable target this summer, and reports from Bild and Christian Falk suggest that McTominay is currently the favourite on the shortlist of Bayern for a number 6, and they're working on a deal with Manchester United. Let's hope it's true. Perhaps a swap deal with Gravenberch could be on the table, or maybe just a permanent transfer would actually fit all parties. That way we could get our money, that way we could reinvest it in the side. United are pathetic. We still need to sign midfielder, we still need to sign a centre-back, we still need to sign a striker, and we haven't done any of that. It's actually a shambles. So yeah, we've backed Ten Hag a little bit. He has spent quite a bit of money, but they still need to go the whole hog and back him fully in this window and give him the players that he needs to do the job for the season, which they haven't done yet, which is very disappointing. So McTominay may be still of interest to Bayern. Gravenberch, possible interest in the opposite direction as some sort of a swap deal capacity. And Sofyan Amrabat, another midfielder linked to us, still being worked on by all accounts. Let's hope that there's an actual deal on the table. Deal or no deal, we'll find out. Noel Edmonds needs to let us know what's up. Beyond that, the only other bits of news updates that are really coming out are in regards to the left-back spot. Obviously, Spinazzola's been linked to us, Cucurella, Reguilon, Alonso. Looks like maybe we're trying to bring in a short-term left-back. Nothing too major there. And also, yeah, as I say, there are some reports that said that Martial's been offered to Real Madrid. We maybe offered them the chance to sign him, but they've said, no thanks, Carol. And they've left us on red. That's about it really, guys, and Lukaku to Roma is a here we go situation from Fab. That's done and dusted. One more update coming in from Mr. Rushmano here, very quickly just now actually. Ten Hag, this is from Gerard Romero, who says that Ten Hag wants Marc Cucurella because him and his staff have fond memories of the player back in the famous Getafe versus Ajax tie in the 2021 season. Interesting. Well, okay, look, I actually rate Cucurella personally. I don't think he's that bad. I think he was very good at Brighton. Yeah, he's kind of screwed the pooch or shat the bed while he's been at Chelsea, but so did everybody last season. They were absolutely poo-doo magoo to a man, more or less. So could we not get a bit more out of him? I think we probably could. I would, out of all the left backs we're discussing as a short-term loan option, it would probably be between Cucurella and Spinazzola would be a decent shout. But in regards to the other two that we're mentioning, Reguilon, Alonso, it's a no from me, Carol. I'm just not interested in them at all. So I think that we've got to say Cucurella was good before going to Chelsea. Surely we could get him. In the side, and it would help us for depth and as a player who can come in and just do a bit part role for us for a while. You'd like to give Alvaro a chance, but Cucurella isn't as gash. Yeah, Cucurella's decent, man. He was very good at Brighton. I'd like to give Alvaro Fernandez a chance as well. I don't know why Ten Hag's not done that, actually. There were some links with the loan move for Alvaro Fernandez to Granada. So clearly doesn't seem like he's really going to get much of a rub of opportunities at United. So that's a shame. But let's see what your thoughts are, guys. So let's say Luke Shaw and Malacia are injured. Would you bring in Cucurella and play him? Or would you play Dalot there at left-back? Or would you give an opportunity to Alvaro Fernandez? Let us know who'd rather see at left-back with no Shaw and Malacia. Would it be Cucurella? Would it be Shaw? No, sorry. Would it be Cucurella? Would it be Alvaro Fernandez? Or would it be Dalot? Get your thoughts and opinions in. Thank you so much, very much indeed, for getting in there raw. Super chat. Hey, thank you, Disco Dave, for getting in it with a raw super chat as well, my son Sue. He says, will there be a super stream for deadline day? There'll be multiple super streams, lad. Multiple super streams, my friend. We will be covering the entirety of it. Absolutely, we will. We'll probably be on 3 or 4 times that day, just doing hour or so long streams. And then as the deadline day closes in the evening, we'll be on for a long stream to see the stream out, see the day out as well. Absolutely. So, yes, there definitely will be. Thank you for your super chat there, Disco Dave, mate. You absolute don. I hope you're keeping well tonight, lad. Another piece of information's just come out this evening, guys, from Florian Plettenberg. Let's just talk about this. So, late night reports coming out. Thank you, Rushy, once again for sending it over. He's reported on social media that the feeling is that Liverpool could push for Ryan Gravenberch in the next days. Bayern's waiting for concrete offers as he's the number 4 in central midfield under Thomas Tuchel. Gravenberch wants to play regularly and is unhappy with his situation. The player has not been informed of a potential swap deal so far. Gravenberch one to watch until deadline day. So as we've mentioned, Gravenberch, Sofyan Amrabat, there's interest from a lot of other teams in all of the targets that Manchester United are going for. Seems we've got 3 or 4 midfield targets. This one's kind of viable because of the possibility of McTominay going in the opposite direction. Maybe McTominay would be happy going over there to play a central midfield role in a bit part for a big team like Bayern and win a trophy come the end of the season. But Gravenberch, understandably, wants to play. So if he wants to play, he's not really going to get in there and get a lot of opportunities there. So he might be keen on a move on loan to a Premier League side, such as Man United or Liverpool. I think Gravenberch would be a good addition to the side. I don't think he really improves our starting 11, though. But I think he'd be a good addition to the squad. Certainly, I'd be happy to see Gravenberch come in and McTominay go in the opposite direction because it's more of a statement than anything else. Right, so there's the latest transfer news, guys. I'm going to pop over to Twitter now and check out the latest updates. Big up everybody else in the chat who's given us a retweet and a repost over there on x.com. I'm going to go over there and give everyone a shout out now. Thank you, every single one of you legends that does this and helps us out. We've had 28 retweets. That is sick. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. Guy Am Legend, get in there, you beauty. Thank you so much for retweeting the show. That's very kind of you. Also, we've had a whole bunch more. Let's see who's given us a retweet. Aaron Homeyard, Sanjay Ramatar, The Goat Richard, Stephen Braun, The Mario 55, Thug at 007, Jason Jackson, Transfers _UTD, aka Rushmano, The Butcher of Manchester, Jaden MUFC, G-Dad Gamer, Vincent Bullock, Dave Jason, Compost Smurf, Duncan Belifo, United Mark, Berberspin9, aka The Gaming Simp. Absolute legend of a man. Check out The Gaming Simp on YouTube, guys. Absolute Don. Tiger Woods, John Boy Cat, MMCG 2022, Boomy, MEFC Brummy Reds, Feline Fur, Francois Coq, Michael Cooper, Sin Games, Luan France, and Big Dick, what? Champagne Beats. You what? Anyway, okay, thank you every single one of you for retweeting the show there. I appreciate that. Bunch of legends, nice one. Yeah, that does help us out. Right, we're going to get into the live chat for 5-10 minutes now, peeps. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed in this show. Have your say. Now is the time. We'll read a bunch of comments out. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Okay, guys. Right, smash the subscribe. You have to be subscribed to chat, remember. You can't chat here unless you're subscribed to the channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's free. Then you'll be able to chat with these legends and get your thoughts in on the live chat there. Sin Games, how are you doing, your hero? I hope you're keeping well tonight, mate. Get in there, you dude. What's happening? Oh, no worries, Aaron Bainbridge, dad. FIFA will be coming back after the transfer window's finished. So in a few days' time, actually, we'll be doing that. I am on Kick, Ezio the Tour, but I haven't actually streamed on Kick yet. But you can follow the Kick, Flying Pig United on Kick. Go over and do it. Pig, to say the truth, we are not playing football, says Dominic Smith. I mean, it's a good fight back the other day against Forest. I think we have had a slow start to the Premier League campaign. Unfortunately, we still need some personnel. You know, we still have had injury crises as well, which needs addressing. We just need more signings. I think Ten Hag obviously needs to get a bit more out the side, but it's early days. We just started in this Premier League campaign. Remember last season we lost the first few, and we ended up having a really good season. Let's just get a little bit of faith. We can do the business. We can do the business. Did I get your text message? I have a source that says, Martial, you haven't got my phone number, Tim Clurden, mate. Tim Clurden, you ain't got my phone number. Do you mean like a message, a DM on Twitter or something? I didn't get it, Tim. I apologise. He says, did you get my text message? I have a source that says Martial is in talks with Boca Juniors. Martial in talks with Boca Juniors, you say? Over in Argentina, yeah? Oh, nice one. Okay then, Tim Clurden. That's raw, lad. That's raw, lad. We'll take that as super legit then. The problem is, how are Boca Juniors going to find £200,000 a week for injury-prone Tony Martial? That's the issue we've got there. You know what I mean? Boca Juniors going to pay him 200 grand a week to be shite for them. That's not going to happen, is it? Oh, 239 likes. Excellent. Thank you, Sing Games. Mikhail, you have a great night, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for getting in there raw. I'm going to pin this to the top of the live chat. Big up Rushmano for the footage here, by the way. Thank you, Aaron. So if you didn't know, there is a video on the channel just showing the Glazers protest the other day. I want to say, great job to everybody who highlighted that issue of the Glazers ownership there. I think that there was thousands of people that stayed up beyond the game to protest the Glazers ownership. Real fans of Manchester United who want to try and bring light to the situation and who were prepared to stay after the game for a long time and show their disdain for the ownership and to get as many eyes as they possibly can on the protest as well. And I think that's exactly what it did. It got a lot of people to, pay attention to the situation that's going on around the world. So I think that the objective was completed there by all of the fans who stayed there. So I think that's fantastic, guys. Get in there. That's the link. Aaron's put it in there. There's the sit-in video there, courtesy of Rushmano, who gave us the footage. He was at the sit-in protest. What an absolute legend. And, what I'll do, Ryan, I can see you saying about the giveaway. You know what? I've had an absolute mare. My brother arrived today from the USA, mate. I've just been catching up with him. I haven't written down I've got them screenshot, but I haven't written them into that Wheel of Fortune thing yet. You're going to have to forgive me. We'll do the giveaway tomorrow night. I promise we'll do the giveaway tomorrow night. We'll give away 2 t-shirts. Okay, we'll do another giveaway at the end of this one. All you have to do is, you see that link at the top of the live chat there, the Glazers Out sit-in video. Go over there and put a hashtag Glazers Out in there on that video between now and midnight. That gives you 20 minutes after this video is finished to go and put a hashtag Glazers Out or something. Comment on that video. Don't worry if you've already commented on it. It will just be the next ones in the next 20 minutes, and we'll add you guys to the giveaway tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be doing 2 giveaways. So we were supposed to do a giveaway last night. I melted it. Tonight I haven't had a chance to set it all up. But tomorrow we'll give away twice the amount of prizes. We'll give away 2 t-shirts tomorrow. So all you have to do, don't worry about all the people who've entered in the previous one. If you've entered that one, you're already entered. And you won't get entered twice. But on this one, go over to that video, the Glazers Out sit-in video that's pinned to the top of the live chat at the end of this video, and comment, and you will be entered as long as you do it in the next 20 minutes. Thank you, Stephanie Griffith. Says, sub, like, chat, road to 74k. Get it there, my son. Come on. I haven't done it, Sing Games. Retweets not show them all. Read my first. Yes, I have done. I haven't had the chance. Mate, my brother arrived today. I'll definitely catch up with Twitter soon. But the retweets are the tweets are working, those Sing Games. They are doing okay, but there's a couple of them that aren't. Only that's just me down to user error. I didn't put the code in on those couple, but they are still working, like this one. You know what I'm saying? And if I just press one, it will pop up and it'll be okay. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not doing it as quick as we'd like, but it's they're all working. They're all working. The Biscuit Bandit, get in there, my son. Thank you for the £5 super chat, lad. He comments and he says, it's like expecting nothing and getting a box of BM biscuits. You know it's one of the best packs of biscuits to eat, says the Biscuit Bandit. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. This may offend you, Biscuit Bandit. This may really hurt you, bud. BN's one of the most overrated biscuits going, in my opinion. That's right, I said it. They're no Choco Leibniz, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Choco Leibniz for the win. You know, BN. Da, 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 da. You can keep them, mate. They're bang average, lad. Super overrated, I find. As far as Chocky Bickies go, you know, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. How can you go wrong with sweet biscuit and chocolate? They're good. But you know what? They're overrated is what I'm saying. Choco Leibniz for the win. Purpose says, BN's a shite and a Rashford of biscuits. Oh my God. Chris Parker says, BN's are rubbish. Oreos are great, to be fair. BN's a Gus, says Rajat. Look, Leibniz are so good, aren't they, Flip? Oh, they're so good, mate. Choco Leibniz. Don't get me on a box of those. They're all go. Hobnobs of the Don, says Stoic Savage. Defining the fan base, or the ham base. I nearly called it the ham base. Maybe we should call it that from now on, the ham base. I kind of like that. Just stumbled upon another name for the hamada. We've got the Bacon Brigade, the Sausage Soldiers. And now we're going to start calling people the ham base. Bourbon's king. Bourbons are great, to be fair, but they're not the king, are they? They're just a mere pawn in the biscuit hierarchy. Simon Warner says, will there be a stream for the Champions League draw? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar there will be, Simon Warner, lad. 100% will be on live for that. Leibniz are so good, aren't they? Oh, you'd rather a rich tea and they're shite. Well, with a cup of tea, they're very good. Thank you, Counter Debate. Great to see your Maguire rant weight loss video. Thank you, Counter Debate. Big love, big respect. Oh, right, yeah, over on the Clips channel, get an exclamation mark extra, XTRA in the live chat. Go and follow the extras channel as well. There's clips galore over there as well, guys. Extra content. Flying Pig United extra channel. Compare a footballer to a biscuit. Time for bed, I think. Jaffa Cakes are the best biscuits, says Big T. Jaffa Cake's not a biscuit, mate. The clue's in the fucking name, bro. It's not called a Jaffa biscuit. It's a cake, mate. It's literally made of sponge cake. It's made of sponge cake, mate. Like, that's what it actually is. It's made of sponge. It's not a biscuit, lad. It's a cake. The clue's in the name. Borman's and the Nanny biscuits are guff. Rich teas are totally underrated. They are good in a cup of tea. Try and eat one of those suckers without a cup of tea, though. It's like eating a Jacob's cracker without butter and cheese on. It's horrible. If you have a Jacob's cracker with butter and cheese on, it's a majestic thing. It's awesome. Try eat one of those suckers on its own, though, guys. It's like eating the Sahara Desert sand in a bucket or something. It's horrible. You don't want that. It's all about what you have with it and how you have it, isn't it? Fig rolls or bacon rolls? Bacon rolls, Stephanie. Bacon rolls all day, mate. Jaffa Cake is the Phil Jones of sweets. Jaffa Cakes are good. Scotty McShortbread. Yeah, I like a bit of shortbread. I'm not a big lover, though. It's a bit too buttery for my vibe. Jammy Dodgers as the mustard. What have we got onto here now, guys? This is outrageous. What's my favourite biscuit? I do like a Choco Leibniz, I must say. I do like a caramel chocolate digestive. You know, the chocolate digestives with the caramel sheet running through the middle. Because you can dunk those. They've got great dunkability. The caramel sheet holds it all together. You've got great solidity and stability whilst dunking in a cup of tea with those caramel digestives. I like it. Champions League draw is on Thursday. Yes, sir. We will be doing a video for it. Don't worry about that. You can't beat a quality digestive biscuit, says Robbie the Picked. Yes, indeed. Okay, so, yes, guys, I will be on tomorrow with all the latest news. I've got a bit of, bit of a day tomorrow, though, guys. So, me and my brother's back while he's here. We wanted to wait till he's back, and we're collecting my mum's ashes tomorrow. And we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do at this moment, but we've got a bit of a day on tomorrow. So, I'm going to try and, get on a couple of times tomorrow. Definitely be on tomorrow night, but I will certainly try and get on tomorrow afternoon as well. But my sister's come in, and we're having a I don't know what we're doing yet exactly. So, but we're having some sort of day. Obviously, my brother's over from America. We're catching up. We're going to collect my mum's ashes. We're going to talk to them about stuff like memorial stuff and all these kind of things that we're going to do that we didn't get round to and at the time, and we are going to be doing that tomorrow in the day. So I will try and get on in the afternoon sometime, but if not, just know that there definitely will be an evening show. Thank you, Berbalad. Yeah, so tomorrow's going to be a busy gash day. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. King Boom, you want the Sean Dyche accent, do you? Okay, well, listen. Sean Dyche started this season as he means to go on. Fucking shite. Losing all the time. Playing like he's got his team eating worms and running around the stadium with tea trays in his hands. You know, doing nothing. They're absolutely shite, aren't they? What a bunch of melters. They're shite, aren't they? Hey, Gungshi, thank you very much, lad. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the love, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Travadinho. Thank you, Aaron. You know, thank you, everyone, for getting the love in there. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be a shite day, I imagine. It's going to be a shite day. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you very much for getting in here. I appreciate you all. You're a bunch of legends. Stay classy. Piggy loves you. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to have to wrap this stream up now, guys. But as I say, we've got a giveaway now. We're going to give away another shirt. Click the link at the top of the live chat. Aaron, if you can put that link in the chat again, spam it a couple of times at the end of this show with the words giveaway, comment to enter. That would be amazing, lad. Please do that. With that link to that Glazer's sit-in video. Everyone who comments Glazer's out on that video will be entered before 12 o'clock. You've got 13 minutes, guys. That means at the end of this show, you better go over there and comment. Go over there, comment on the video, give it a watch as well. It's only 47 seconds long and whatnot. And it's a video of the protests at the stadium the other day. And the footage is from our man Rushmano, to credit him, aka transfers_UTD on Twitter, to credit him for the footage. Go and check him out, transfers_UTD on Twitter. But guys, that's it from me now. I'm going to wrap this up. Go and enter that giveaway. I'll see you tomorrow with the latest Man United news. Come on, United. Pull your bloody plonker off now. What? No. Pull your finger out. What? Pull your finger out, Manchester United, and do something. Do something. Sign some players. Sell some players. Get the business done. We've got a few days left of the window. Let's be having you now. Let's be bloody having you. Here it is. Aaron, thank you so much. There's the giveaway right there. Appreciate you. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Come back afterwards. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Comment on anything we've discussed after this show's finished. Get your debates in. Kate Cadet, you legend. Get those Bacon Brigade emojis in there. You know it. What a community. Big up everyone as well. Big up all the legends in the chat. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Every single one of you guys. We appreciate you all watching and getting your thoughts in there and opinions. Even if they're guff opinions. You know, you got to appreciate it. Thank you so much for getting in. Yes, indeed, Aaron. Keep spamming that link every few seconds, lad. Nice one. Okay, guys. Cheers, everyone. Have a great night. All the moderators, you know who you are. Legends of the channel. All the members in green. Thanks for supporting the channel. Come back, have your say. That's the latest United news, and we'll see you tomorrow for the latest updates. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they sink, sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.